No amount of regret will change the past. No amount of anxiety will change the future, but a little bit of gratitude in the present can change everything. I'm Dr. Sarita, and I have a carb addiction disorder, carb use disorder. I have processed food use disorder. And how did I use processed food? I used processed food to soothe a lot of pain in my life. I used processed food to be kind of like my family, right? There's a lot of estrangement in my family. My latest kick here, and there's a lot of love in my family, a lot of good things too. My latest kick is making on Shutterfly lots of photo gifts for my family. These women are my friends here, are like my family. They've helped me maintain contact with my kids, with other family here in California. And when we eat, we're not. It's not only about the food. It's also about the emotions around the food. And we got these messages in childhood. Ice cream is not just ice cream. Ice cream is me getting straight A's and my dad taking me out to ice cream at JB's little ice cream store in Lexington, Ohio. And that is in my wiring, and it's not that I'm a bad person, but I got some crossed up, messed up wiring. I was talking with a brave client who's just done amazing losing weight, and she was talking about the divorce in her childhood when her father had very limited time with her, and he would just let her eat anything because he just wanted to enjoy that time with her. And her mom was trying to program her with more healthy ways of eating, but she wanted to connect with her dad, and there would be binging and all kinds of problems. And it's just because I'm an addiction boarded doc. There is your frontal lobe and there's your limbic brain. And addictions, use disorders take place in our limbic brain, our child brain. And because it is a human instinct to feel better. So there's nothing wrong with you for wanting the donut. There's nothing wrong with you for wanting the ice cream. You're soothing your inner child. And I'm in awe when I see people kind of get in touch and they realize, wow, I control the food. The food does not control me. And that's a quote from Eric Berg. When you start getting into a carb recovery, and I'm not talking an eating disorder. This is it. Not eating out of self-hate is an eating disorder. Not eating out of self-love is food recovery, is really carb addiction recovery, because we need food. It's not like we can just stop eating. We need food. Food is nourishment. Food is life. We need to eat, but nobody gets addicted to butter. Nobody gets addicted to brisket. Nobody gets addicted to broccoli. We get addicted to carbohydrate and processed food, and it's not a fair fight. One of my clients said, I just want it to be a fair fight, and a lot of people are on medication-assisted treatment to get recovery from their carb addiction and their carb use disorder. And for me, those meds were part of my journey. I'm not on those meds now. However, I'm very grateful to them. I don't think I could have gotten out of my own way. We don't judge opiate addicts for needing methadone or Suboxone to get that voice out of their head, because it is overpowering. And I think of the food recovery as a medication-assisted treatment. It's mind, body, and spirit. And you can't control the mind with the mind. You can't control the body with the body. I was also thinking about that too. It's mind, body, spirit. And there's something too that is about belief. I had been on so many diets, on so many yo-yo diets, on so many crazy things that I remember thinking in 2020, gee, this is just going to be another exercise where I lose weight, I gain it back, I'm going to be sicker than ever, and again, how I believe now that I am recovering the birthright of how my ancestors ate, about how people in rural California ate, about how people in Europe ate, about how people in South America ate. Those people did not get the bombardment with sugars early in life. I did. I was given Tang as a child. I was told to bring in fruit snacks at school. These were my childhood programming. So when you realize it's all backwards and I'm set up to fail, it's very disheartening, but it's also very freeing. What did doctors tell women at the turn of the century how to gain weight? So this is from the book, Why We Get Fat and What to Do About It by Eric Taub. So Eric Taub goes back into the medical thoughts in history, okay? And we learn from history. So, and this is the experiment. You can write any study. I have a master's of public health. I can write a study that this teddy bear, cures depression or something. I could write a study like that. But you look at what's happened over time. You look at how people age, and that's the real study. Well, in 1905, if a woman went to a doctor and said, "Doc, I want to gain weight because I want to attract a husband and I want to have more curves," the doc would tell her to eat bread and wine to get more plump, to get more pleasingly plump. Okay, trigger warning. I realize this sounds very, very sexist, but that's how things were. And now, fast forward 1975, what was my mother told to lose weight? To have fruit juice and whole wheat bread. So this is a gaslight. So physicians also knew, I knew my great-grandparents knew, but my physicians also knew that fruit juice and carbs will have you gain weight. The carbs you eat is the fat you wear, is the real truth of it. Weight Watchers told us a lie when they said the fat you eat is the fat you wear. People always knew this. Hansel and Gretel did not lure the children in with pot roast and butter and bacon and chicken fat. Hansel and Gretel's witch lured them in with cookies and cakes. Our ancestors had lots of fairy tales, Pinocchio, around the warning, sugar is addictive. However, I got, Bass-Acrid program. I got some really and the road to hell is paved with good intentions. My third grade teachers meant well. They said, bring in fruits. The doctors are telling us we need more fruits and vegetables. We need more whole grains in our diet, and the fat is bad. The fat is the villain. No, the fat is the hero. Butter is a hero. Margarine is motor oil. Crisco is motor oil. Soybean oil is motor oil. Please throw those things out if you have them in your cupboard. Sunflower oil is motor oil. Please throw those out. What are the good fats? The good fats to build our neurons, our butter, ghee, olive oil, avocado oil, chicken fat, lard, beef tallow. Costco is starting to carry beef tallow. This is what my ancestors used. This is what people in rural areas are still using because they are eating every part of the animal, and that is honoring the animal. And it's just that we've been the guinea pigs. We've been guinea pigs in an experiment none of us consented to, which was to change our ancestral diet. If you feed a bear like a cow, the bear is going to get sick. We are not cows. We are much more like bears. We are much more we have one digestive tract, not four like a cow. We are meant to feast and fast. We have metabolic flexibility built in. And when you don't have food cues all around you telling you to eat, you don't have emotions, you don't have family all around you telling you to eat, there's a clarity that develops in your brain. And it's something that I never really thought I would feel. And I think since a child, I've been running on carbs. Since I was a baby fed Tang at 9 months old in these photos, I wasn't fed like other generations. And there's nothing wrong with me. I got bad programming. And then in med school, it was double down on stupid. And then as I aged, I was getting sicker and fatter and diabetic. But we can change. And I hope this resonates with you. Be gentle with yourself. You didn't get here overnight. You didn't get here because you're a bad gluttonous person or you're bad. You were, and likely you got here because you put yourself last. And that's how I got to this point. I was going to die young of diabetes because I was helpless. And despite all my medical education, my MD and my Master's of Public Health from great schools, I was powerless. But it's not, there is hope, and you can take your power back. I think about my appetite. It's easier to be gentle with a bear or an animal. I love stuffed animals, and I don't really care if you think that's weird. I'm a 57-year-old woman, but I'm 7 years old in my head. My food programming is around, from from birth till the age of 7, we're in theta state. We're trying to belong to a tribe. We're absorbing. The messages I took in as a child, still resonate with me. And that's okay. I was using them. I was trying to use these messages to survive. I thought I was being programmed in a good way, but some programming was good, some programming was not. So we can unpack that. Please like, comment, subscribe, join me. This is Dr. Sarita. Hope to see you in the next video.